The crew of the Arabella. Have you heard of the Arabella? Neither had I until I met Harbo Tyrant and his men while training under Dravok. Harbo was an interesting guy. Total scoundrel. Not someone you could trust unless you hired him. He and his crew gained a reputation in the Outer Rim as guys who would take any job for the right price. It took some convincing, but we hired them. The original team comprised of Harbo, an Athorian named Kresh, two brothers named Scrug and Minch, a young man who they called Tubet, a Zabrak named Zaturi, we'll get to her, and Rax. It was Rax who ended up being the weak link in the group. Because of his cowardice, our plan was uncovered, and Harbo, Scrug, Minch, and Tubet were all killed. Only Zaturi and Kresh remained from the original team. Afterwards, the Arabella had a new crew comprised of Kresh, a Trandoshan named Tosa, we'll talk about him another time, and Harbo's son, Bendel, all under the leadership of Zaturi. Zaturi was hard to read when I first met her. She obviously had gone through a lot in her past. I guess we both had that in common. After a rough start, I can safely call her one of my closest friends. Kresh, I barely understand a word he says, but he's a simple enough guy to read. If you need muscle and a lot of firepower, he's your guy. Tosa, for as cowardly as he can be at times, is an expert with explosives and traps. Guess he's turned a new leaf. Maybe. Then there's Bendel, the spitting image of his dad and a quick draw on the blaster. Their ship, the Arabella, has all the things a crew like them needs. Hyperdrive capability, a room for combat practice, light cloaking, and more. I don't see them too often, but when I do, I know they're up to something. And one way or another, I usually get dragged into it.